We're now going to begin our first Mishna from Daf Hey Amar Aleph, where the Mishnah is going to describe how do Edom become Zomim. What do they have to do? So the Mishnah begins. Ein ha'edim na'asim zomimin. The witnesses do not become zomaimed ad shiazimu es asman, until they become zomaim themselves. So now the Mishnah is going to give us a description as to how in fact that works. Ketzad. How does that work? What is the case? Now remember, Edom Zomim always claim to be somewhere, but really they're in Chicago. Amru, they say the following. Mi'idinanu bish ploni. We testify about such and such guy. Let's call Ruvain. Sheharages hanefesh. That Ruvain killed Shimon. So Yisachar and Zvulun, our witnesses, are now testifying that Ruvain killed Levi. And all of a sudden comes along Levi and Yehuda, and they say to our witnesses Yisachar and Zvulun, and they say, Amru lahem, Hey achatem me'idin. How could you possibly testify about this? Sherei neherag zeh, that Shimon was murdered. Oh hahoreg zeh, or that Reuven was there. Haya imanu oso hayom b'makom ploni. You were with us in Chicago. That's where Edom Zomim always are. So my son says, never go to Chicago. Ein elu Zomim. Hello everybody and welcome to Masechta Makos. We are going to begin learning a Mishnah, just a few words of introduction. We have a number of characters in our play today. We have Ruvain, who is the accused murderer. We have Shimon, who unfortunately is accused of being murdered. We have our star witnesses, Levi and Yehuda, where Levi and Yehuda are accusing Ruvain of murdering Shimon. But we also have two other characters who are very important. They are the purple guys. And purple guys are saying something about Yehuda and Levi that Yehuda and Levi couldn't have possibly known about the murder that Ruvain did to Shimon. So let us begin the Mishnah. The Mishnah begins, Ein ha'edim na'asim zomimin. The witnesses do not become zomaimed ad shiazimu es asman, until they have made themselves into Edom Zomim. So the Mishnah asks a question. Ketzad, how is that so? The Mishnah itself doesn't know. The Mishnah begins with an incorrect answer. Amru, let's say they said the following, Yehuda and Levi. Mi'idinanu bi'ish ploni sheharages hanefesh. They come along, Yehuda and Levi, and say that Ruvain, we know that Ruvain killed Shimon. But come along purple guys and say, Hey achatem me'idin. How could you possibly testify, Yehuda and Levi, Sherei neherag zeh, that Shimon was murdered? O ahoreg zeh, or Ruvain has been murdered. Haya imanu oso hayom b'makom ploni. The murderer or the murderee was with us. Reuven and Shimon were with us when you said the murder was committed. And Levi could not have possibly have known about Reuven and Shimon being murdered or committing the murder because Reuven and Shimon were with the purple guys. That is not the case of Edom Zomim. Aval, but amru lahem. But if purple guys come and say to green guys, Hey achatem me'idin, how could you testify? Shreyatem hayisem imanu. Behold, you were with us. Purple guys say to green guys, you were with us in Chicago. Oh, so ayom b'makom ploni, on such day in such place. The murder you're talking about, Yehuda and Levi, that Reuven killed Shimon, you said happened in New York. But purple guys say to green guys, no, you were in fact with us in Chicago. That is the case. Harei elu zomin. There we have zomim. V'neherogin al pihem. And what we do to Yehuda and Levi is we hang them, or we murder them, based on the testimony that they gave as they become zomim. Thank you for listening to Masechta Makos.